now listening to the JCA Sports Podcast on Spotify and Anchor. To the JCA Sports.
What's up, everybody? My new Diggs here, the JCA Sports Podcast here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Guys, make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on all of us under the JCA Sports Podcast. And on Facebook, guys, make sure you hit that little bell, even on YouTube, to get notified when our shows are on live, not only just the JCA Sports Podcast, but my soccer podcast, to the EFP Podcast, and also Sports Trip Live with the Contreras brothers. Trying a new look here. As you can see, new place, new digs, whatever. The boys will be joining me in a few minutes. But guys, you can always join us at whatever time you guys like. We are here live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. I am going to put the link on the chat so you guys could join us, should I say, right about now. We got a lot to talk to you guys about today. Technically, just Bears, NFL, preseason game number 3. Bears went 3-0. We're all overly excited. Well, at least I am, right? The other guys, we're not too sure, but we want to know what you guys think too as well. On how do you guys feel? What do you guys think? Do you guys feel any different about how the Bears played this preseason? Not only going 3-0, but also the confidence level of what you guys feel on how the Bears are going to perform, not only week 1, but the remainder of the season too as well. We want to know what you guys think. Always join us here on it as we have our boy coming in late, but always like what the Jake said, better late than never, but never late is better. But we got Johnny Blasphemy on here. What's going on, Johnny P?
What's going on, my boy? How you feeling?
Not much, man. I feel like I seen you all weekend, bro. Like it's just
You see me one day, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was Jose that I seen all weekend. You already saw yesterday. As you guys didn't know, John, we had our own personal side fantasy football league for John's yesterday. It was fun. It was a good time. It was a good time.
I expected it to be so hot.
Yeah, me neither.
It was definitely good though. It was good. We ate good. We drank good. Had a good time. Had some crazy picks, man. That first round pick. First overall pick is
Who was it? Travis Kelce, wasn't it?
Travis Kelce, bro. First round overall.
Hey man, that's the part of fantasy football, right? You get the players that you want for your team. Just the outcome at the season is just a whole different story and a whole nother ballgame.
We'll see how my guy's strategy works out. Tight end overall.
For sure. But man, before you got here, I don't know if you heard, but we were talking about the Chicago Bears. Them going not only 3-0 undefeated in the preseason, but the Bears did look good last game of the preseason, should I say, against the Cleveland Browns, albeit without their actual main starters on defense. But the Bears starters played for a full for a first half.
First half.
The whole entire first half, man. First of all, how'd you like the Bears coming in on Saturday?
Man, honestly, I was excited to see the starters more so Fields get more playing time. I mean, I think at this point, that's all Bears fans care about is what's our quarterback going to do? New coach. We could say we have less offensively and defensively as far as weapons and protection for him, but it's all about Fields, man. And I feel like that's how it's going to be every week going into every week, going into the season. It's just going to be how is Fields going to do, how is Fields going to look, how's he going to match up against, his opposing quarterback, the opposing defense. But, I mean, I was really excited to see him get more time out there. I personally hate that the preseason – I mean, I get it because of injury, but I hate that we barely see the starters play. So I'm really happy that they took away the 4th preseason game That way, you see like such as we saw, the starters get a whole half now. Because I mean, normally, the last game preseason, you don't see no starters at all. Whereas here we have it where they take advantage of it and give the starters a whole half. I like it. I like it a lot.
No, yeah, definitely. And I think for us as Bears fans, we kind of saw it coming, right? Or we kind of needed to see that, right? Because the first two games, obviously, we only seen three drive, just one drive each game. But it being not only a new system, but also the familiarity of Justin Fields getting along with these players outside Darnell Mooney and Cole Kmet, which by the way
Yeah.
he's been having a hell of a preseason, and it was just great to see overall that they've been looking good, they've been looking great. Another guy who has somewhat of an insight, but sees a little bit more of the game, hears a little bit more of the game, is a guy that just came in right now, Jose Contreras. Josie, man, I feel like I seen you all weekend, man. I'm tired of seeing you right now, bro.
You definitely seen him all weekend.
It is what it is, man. How you been, man?
What it do, baby? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, JCA Sports fan? Yes, Eric, you have been seeing Tony Football all weekend, and Tony Football has also been seeing you all weekend. So it hasn't been good for me either. But I'm glad to see you guys, like always. I'm glad to see everybody and who's watching. We appreciate the follows, the views, everything. You name it. Sorry for being late, but I'm a bit under the weather today. I'm not gonna lie.
Damn, you too?
Yeah, man.
I mean, you couldn't even blame. Well, you know what? You
can't blame
blame
nobody.
it's that house cold. You guys know what the house cold is? Like you're in a nice cold house, and then you go outside when it's all hot, and then just all hits you all at the same time.
Bro, facts. Your house, Eric, is your house. The AC is blasting, bro.
What
feels good.
Your sister likes it at a balmy 65 degrees, bro. At a balmy 65 degrees. But Jose, you came in at the right time because I just told Johnny on how do you feel looking or coming out of this last game against the Cleveland Browns, albeit it was against non-defensive starters, but the Bears went 3-0 this preseason. What did you like for the third game for the Chicago Bears this preseason? You knowing that you hear and see it every day, every game so far.
Look, I never really watched the preseason, and this year I've watched more preseason football than I'm accustomed to. But I'll tell you what, there's been a glaring difference from what I've seen thus far. And I get it's only preseason, so I take everything with a grain of salt. I'm asking everybody at home that's about to hear what I'm about to say to do the same. Okay?
Oh gosh.
I'm not trying to say much. All I'm trying to say is that this team looks different. It's not a coincidence, or it's not I guess it's not a fluke that this team was so disciplined throughout the preseason. You see the cultures change. You see the change in the culture with this new regime, with this new head coach and coaches, right? Because this team looked a hell of a lot more disciplined. They hardly had any penalty calls throughout the whole entire preseason. You've seen Justin Fields calm in the pocket. They're utilizing his feet. They're utilizing what he does best. He's throwing a lot quicker than he did last. I mean, in any of those games that he played in the regular season. Again, I get it. It's the preseason, right? But the preseason is supposed to be the dress rehearsal to the regular season. There's a reason why these starters play a full half this past game, because this is, the Bears want to see what they have. They want to see what they can do. They want to give them reps, because this is a new regime. They want to see what they have here. This is a proven year for every single person in that locker room. Even Roquan Smith, a person we thought was going to be a corner piece for this team, for a very long time. But it's even proven year for him. So I honestly, to answer your question, Eric, I like what I see thus far. Again, it's preseason, so they played, a bunch of third stringers, second stringers, but even the third stringers and second stringers on our end, on our team, looked a lot better than what the other teams look like. So that tells you that the coaching is different in Chicago.
No, yeah, 100%, dude, and you're absolutely right. And I think for everybody, I think that's been the biggest difference so far is just the overall improvement of just the coaching staff, not only in just like you said, getting the less penalties or getting penalized the fields throughout the whole entire preseason. They're getting coached up to the well, but also how both ends of the ball have been playing. But even let's just put it like this: all three phases of the Bears have been playing very exceptional well. From Bayless Jones returning the kick returns and punt returns to Justin Fields, playing very well in the last game, first half of the game. And also the defense who've been stepping up a time or two here. Although, let's get it, the backups play that made the game a lot closer at the very end. But those are the players that you may or may not see on the field more likely than not. So you guys are listening to the JCA Sports Podcast here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Guys, make sure you like us. Make sure you guys share all of our episodes, not only just ours, but Sports Drip Live, and the EAFP Podcast too as well. Then we come to you live with all the other shows too. So, Jose, for you, coaching is what stood out to you the most throughout this whole entire preseason, or was it something else?
No, look, the offense looked good behind Justin Fields. So I want to give him his props because, again, what we've seen, it's something we didn't see last year with Coach Nagy, and that's only so with the support system he has in Luke Getsy and Matt Eberflus, Ryan Poles. So, yes, coaching is my long answer. It's coaching. Coaching is everything right now. The system seems so far in the preseason seems to be a lot different than what Matt Nagy's system was on. Let's not forget, it's not hard to be better than Matt Nagy. Okay, so at least we got that going for us, and that's the positivity I'm gonna stick with for now.
I mean, that's if that's the only positive outcome you got. I mean, we're all winning. We're all striking gold right now at the moment with the Chicago Bears. John, for you, what has been the most impressive thing so far you see from the Bears this preseason?
You know what? I would like to say it's Justin Fields, but to be honest, I'm a guy that's had faith in Fields since we drafted him. I was super excited. So Jose touched on it earlier. So my pick is going to be how disciplined this team is. Now, I mean, I think it's a mix of both the new culture, new regime, but it's also like these guys want to get a good relationship with their coach, So you want to impress your new coach when the new coach comes in, you know what I'm saying? So I do feel like it's definitely been how disciplined this team is, because as good as Fields is, and I'm not trying to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy right now. As good as Fields is, it's just a preseason. He's played the Browns backups. And again, look at the weapons he has, As good as Fields is, if you don't give him a legit wide receiver one, which he doesn't have now. He has a wide receiver one by default. We all saw it. We drafted yesterday. Look at how late Mooney went. Look at where he's ranked. Mooney, all due respect, he's a professional. He's great. They've been making chemistry, but, he looks amazing during preseason, and that's because he's a great quarterback, so as he should. But what's going to happen when we play the big teams, in the NFC and AFC? We're not going to match up firepower-wise.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. And speaking of Mooney, there was a report that came out earlier today that the dude played with a majority of the season with a groin injury all last year, and he was still that affected with that injury with Justin Fields and that offense. But give or take, however you want to see it, whether if it's that or Matt Nagy's, it's a whole other conversation for another day. So how much confidence do you have in Fields, John, based off of this preseason heading into the regular season?
When you say how much confidence I have, do you mean as far as like his personal stats or how he's gonna personal stats? I think he's gonna do work. I don't see a lot of interceptions by him. I see I would say less than 8 interceptions from him. I do see him rushing a lot, which I'm pretty excited.
I agree with you on that one. Yep.
I personally want to see 3,000 yards from him passing, and on the ground give about 500.
For Montgomery or just Fields?
For Fields.
Just Fields.
No, Montgomery better have 1,000 rushes.
Right.
Hell no.
Jose, how about you? How much confidence in Fields do you have based on so far in the first 3 games of the preseason?
Look, we know what this kid is capable of. We've seen it in college. We didn't see it last year, but I think this regime is starting to prove more and more that it was the regime before them. I mean, we knew that, right? But it's one thing to speculate or to assume, and it's another thing to be proven right. and I'm hoping that they're continuing to prove us right and showing that they're the better, I guess, regime, for lack of a better word, right? So I want to see Justin Fields thrive and develop under this coaching staff. I want to see him thrive and develop with this team, because if he continues to do that, Eric, it's only going to mean good. It's only going to be a good thing for us. So I think I could see Justin Fields having a career year. He's going to have a really good year this year. I say 25 touchdowns.
Really nice.
25 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
25 combined with rushing and passing?
No. Yeah.
Okay,
Combined.
okay, that's decent.
Combined.
That would definitely be a.
It'll be nice. Look,
and it would probably get us, 25 touchdowns, in most games, in all of the most, and I'm not gonna say most games, in all of the games, if he has 25 touchdowns, you know what I mean, and that would be great. To have, it's just the touchdown interception ratio, though. It's like how many interceptions he's gonna have, with the lack of that number one wide receiver, like you guys, or like John alluded to. Not him not having that number one wide receiver, or just the receiver in general, tight end.
Receiving core.
Right. Those touchdown numbers would be great to have with this group. That means that Justin Fields put the ball at the right place at the right time. But also that does mean it does put in effect that these players, would you have confidence in these type of players without having that number one wide receiver? And speaking of which, about impressing, right? Outside of Justin Fields, he has impressed. Who else has been impressive to you so far this preseason outside of Justin Fields? Let's go with Jose.
Cole Kmet, Eric, the tight end. Cole Kmet has been impressing me. Again, you're going to see a common theme with me here, right? It's because they're finally utilizing him the way they should.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just him. You've seen Griffin, another tight end, the other game, last game. He was getting some plays in too. They're utilizing the tight end position. That's gonna take a lot of pressure off Darnell Mooney. So Cole Kmet is somebody I want to see advance this season. I think he's going to. I could see him being a top 10, if not top 5 tight end this year.
Nice. And I know in most of the drafts he's been falling pretty late. Obviously, there's better tight ends in that position, right? With better, quarterback situation outside of it. But if he's impressive with the tight end position, I think he'll be great. John, for you, who has been more impressive this offseason, are you sticking on the offensive side, or are you switching it up? Are you going defense? Are you going coaching? Or are you still keeping it the same?
No, I'm definitely sticking on offense. I'm on the Cole Kmet train, just like Jose here. I'm tired of seeing freaking 4 or 5 tight ends on the roster not being used.
Right. For what? For blocking.
Exactly. For blocking, and they can't even do that right. Right. And then it's like, no, I mean, we wasted a high draft pick on this guy. Obviously, he has the talent. They're finally utilizing it. I mean, honestly, looking at the team, Kmet is wide receiver 2 on this squad. So,
I guess I can see.
Yeah.
I agree.
Kmet is actually, absolutely. He's wide receiver 2. But I mean that's fine. We've seen in the league a lot of tight ends. Arguably wide receiver 2s, damn near wide receiver 1s, and they do a phenomenal job.
Yep.
So let's hope the Bears can do something with that. Yeah, but I would say I have higher hopes for Kmet than I do Mooney. Only because Mooney's going to get double teamed a lot, because that's the only wide receiver you got to cover.
Yep. I agree with you, John, 100%.
That means more opportunities, like you said, for Cole Kmet, more opportunities for N'Keal Harry if he does come out, or Bayless Jones Jr. if he is in the wide receiver number 2. It's everybody else in the supporting cast that needs to step up in the game. And even David Montgomery, who could become, which I've been reading reports that he's been a hell of a passing receiver, passing back too as well. He's been doing his thing in the backfield. So wherever you get the other opportunities, they might as well, they gotta eat them up. They gotta eat them up. That's the only way this team can progress higher than that. You guys are watching and listening to the JCA Sports Podcast here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and also follow us on those social media platforms, along with Instagram and TikTok too as well. Jose Contreras, Johnny Palayo here, myself, Eric Avila. You guys are watching the JCA Sports Podcast as we're reviewing the Bears preseason, them going 3-0. How impressed are you guys with the Bears throughout the whole entire preseason? And the question I'm going to ask you guys, as well as these guys, does them going 3-0, does them looking that good in the preseason, Coach Swell, everything, all the above, does that change your guys' mind and how many wins the Bears will get from what you guys previously first said? Let me hear. You know what? I'm going to save the best for last. Let me go with you, Jose. Has your win total changed so far from this preseason to the regular season?
Wow. You're saying John's better than me? Really?
To me, he's the more negative out of all of us. So
John is definitely better than me. John, you're amazing. Okay, here's the thing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? Whenever you ask a two-barrel question, we always answer the second one first, right? And I'm gonna say no, right? I originally said 4 wins, and then I moved it to 6 wins before the preseason. I'm keeping it at 6 wins. If anything, I could probably see them win 8 games now, but I'm still sticking with 6. I'm still going to stick with 6 because of the lack of talent. Okay, and that's the only reason why. Now I think when I first said 6 games, I thought it was even still a stretch. But at the same time, I could definitely see 6 wins now. I want to see more. I want to see this team make the playoffs. Let me make that clear. And I want to see this team, get to the Super Bowl. I just don't see it happening, at least not this year. But what I have been seeing thus far in the preseason has been pleasing. So the preseason has not changed in my opinion, Eric. Again, it gives me a little bit more confidence in them. But I'm still want to say 6 games they win. And as far as your first question goes, what was the first question? Because I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie to you.
We'll just keep it that way. Just keep it at that.
Regardless of the fact, the preseason was great. I love seeing what I saw.
Yeah,
I did. I love seeing what I saw. I want to see that translate to the regular season. That is now the goal. I want to see Justin Fields improve like he did this preseason. I want to see Cole Kmet improve. I want to see what Darnell Mooney can bring to the table. I want to see what David Montgomery can bring to the table. This is a proven year for everybody in this team. That's why I feel they're going to have a good season. Okay. I hope I'm wrong with 6 games, with winning 6 games. I want them to win 8. We'll see what happens. But
all right, Negative Nancy, this is going back to you. How does the record in the preseason help you, at least change your mind a little bit from the amount of wins that you gave the Bears prior to the preseason?
I had them at 5 wins, and I might regret saying this, but I'm moving them to 7 wins.
Woo!
I was just looking at the schedule again and the way we looking. I'm really about 6-7 wins. Y'all gonna hate me for this, but I'm really indecisive on whether or not we'll beat the Commanders.
No, we'll beat the Commanders. You know what? I'm riding with you, John. I'm doing it. Only preseason, baby. Johnny preseason. Let's go.
Johnny preseason. I'm at 6, leaning to 7. I know. I checked DraftKings and FanDuel this morning. Got them at 6.5 over under.
Yeah.
And that's literally where I'm at, like mentally, like 6 or 7 wins. It's crazy though, because just look at the schedule. Honestly, I'm still torn about week 1, especially now because I don't know if you guys saw they restructured Jimmy G's contract.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So he's staying with but it's
doesn't
like
matter.
It matters, Eric. It matters.
It does matter because I'll be real with you. Though our quarterback and offense, they're moving the ball better. There's still lack of wide receiver ones. There's lack of firepower in offense, and also I feel like our defense got weaker, even if they are more disciplined. Defensively, this is probably the weakest Bears defense since before the Khalil Mack trade.
Let's see. I want to hold off on that statement because I feel like the defense is going to be better than the offense this year. I do believe that. I believe the defense will be better than the offense. I can't see what you're saying, John. I could buy what you're selling, and it might be the complete opposite. It really
Yeah.
can. I can see it. I can definitely see it.
I mean, it's just for so long we've been seeing the Bears ride the defense, and I don't think they can do that this year. I mean, you can do it against teams like the Jets and the Falcons, but our offense should go off against those teams as well as our defense. But when you're talking about, we got the Packers, the Bills, the Cowgirls, how are you going to perform against the Eagles? Is the defense going to hold up, and is our offense going to be able to match it? Even the Patriots, and the Patriots have lost a lot on defense.
No, yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right on that part. And I get the defensive questions that you had, because you're starting two rookies in very key spots in the cornerback position, which is going to be on the opposite side of Johnson, and also on safety that's going to be right next to Eddie Jackson. And I get that quarterbacks, especially the good ones and the great ones, are going to exploit those rookies on their rookie mistakes. And I get where you're coming from about the defense side of the ball, but in all honesty, though, what we have seen, I think it's different, right? Get it preseason, but
yeah,
if it was Jimmy G playing as quarterback for Week 1, I would have gave the Bears no shot. It's Trey Lance, man. Trey Lance doesn't convince me whatsoever. And as we go to the Big Creation comments section on Facebook, Jose, I want you to scroll right up. Go with the CP said real quick about me, about my picks. Where is that? What do you say? There you go.
He capping, man.
Looking like more likely. That's right, CP. Come on board the train. You're gonna be on first before these two bad boys.
He's capping, bro.
The Gunners, And then we got Juice. What up, Juice? Andre Welsh. He says, and he went on a little typing. He said he's going to CP.
I could agree with Andre here. That was my initial pick.
Says, but he says 5-2. He's 5-12. He's sticking with that.
Yeah,
the receiving core is small, not that good, and the O-line needs to be toughened up a little bit.
He's absolutely right. Yeah, and then look to his point. Here we are again, another year where the Bears don't have a legit good O-line. I think it's terrible. We don't invest. I mean, okay, we invest in
years, don't you think?
Previous years, I would say it's a tad bit better, but I mean, when you have a weaker receiving core, shit. Even our run game. I mean, obviously, I have all the faith in Montgomery, but I don't think we have a 1-2 punch like in the previous years. At least we had Cohen, doing trick plays. Even when Montgomery was number 2, even back to like the Jordan Howard days, we'd at least have a nice 1-2 combo going on. But I don't have faith in Herbert at all. But
we'll see, John. I think the 1-2 punch could be Montgomery and Fields.
That's how I was going with. I would say that. I expect to see Fields running the ball a whole lot more than Herbert gets to run the ball.
Yeah, no, definitely 100%. Also, we got Matt. Matt, what up, buddy?
What's up, Matt? Thank you for watching.
Also, he said he doubted he will be in the top 10, and obviously
that's facts. That's facts. I don't even see them top 20.
Hey, but Eric drafted him though in your league.
Hell yeah, I drafted the Bears. I have faith in the defense, though. I really do.
Okay, Trey Lance gonna put a 20 burger on them.
CP wants to know. Now with Trey Lance, CP wants to know: do you honestly see them beating San Francisco Week 1? Let's go with Johnny. No, let's go with Johnny.
Listen, I was looking at my bets already for Week 1.
He's gonna say it. Say it.
Say
it. Come with me.
I don't expect the Bears to win, but I expect them to cover this to 7. Right, nothing out of that. It's just, I feel like as far as the 49ers as a team, their experience, they made it to the Super Bowl together, even though it was with Jimmy G. Obviously, if the head coach, who's he's a good coach on the league, he's well respected, he's been there. If he sees, he wants to bench Jimmy G and go all in with Trey Lance. I mean, I could say you could put Trey Lance talent-wise slightly under Fields, and that's the bias in me speaking, because I'm a ride with Fields over everybody. I think Fields is probably number 2 best quarterback in our division, but I see him slightly over Lance, but they have a lot of the same qualities. The 49ers have a way better defense. and a slightly better receiving core than we do. So I gotta give the edge to the 49ers.
All right, well, I guess he's still sticking with what he said. They're going to go 0-2. Jose,
0-2? Yeah,
do
I am.
you see them
0-2.
being the San Francisco 49ers?
Yes, Eric, I do.
Yes!
I do. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Momentum. What do I always say in the show? Momentum is key. And right now, the Bears and Justin Fields has that momentum because the 49ers don't. They did not start Trey Lance. Well, they started Trey Lance most of the preseason, but he hasn't played as much as Justin Fields and this offense has. So I feel like they have something going here into the first game of the regular season. I still think they run into a buzzsaw in Green Bay, but at least for the first week, I could see Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears going to San Francisco, getting a dub, and coming out 1-0.
They're here. They're here.
Oh, they're here?
Yeah,
they're here.
Are they really?
Yeah, they are here. That's why I've always said that they're going to go 1-0 because it's.
It's a win, Eric. I can't go to a game at all this year, so I wouldn't really know. But it's a win regardless, okay?
I get you. Apparently,
I don't know, man.
CP says the O-line is why I don't see them being the 49ers, even with Trey Lance at quarterback. And he also said I think he thinks that the defense, I'm thinking the Bears defense, will at least be top 15 for sure. He likes Khalil Herbert. I guess these two agree with you. 30-21 Bears. Andre said that that's the.
I don't know, man.
No. I like that though. I like that.
And I think what John said slightly better. They had Debo Samuel.
Yeah,
Brandon
man.
and George
Listen,
Kittle,
give me Mooney over Debo.
Yeah.
No, okay, but realistically, I'm gonna be that guy though. The wide receivers they got over there with the 49ers are by default wide receivers 1. I don't think Debo's a top 10 wide receiver at all.
You sure? Me. The way they were drafting him yesterday, I don't know.
The way they were drafting him, but I don't see him being top 10. Again, though, their core is better than ours.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, with our hopes, Komet could pan out to be like a Kittle level tight end, which is very possible. What we see, like, look at by next year, I could see where Komet is our wide receiver 1 over Mooney. No disrespect to Mooney, but I just feel like this is Komet's year, man. This is more so Komet's year than it is Mooney's year.
I can see that. I can see that for sure.
He says CP says that they're going to run the ball down Chicago's throat. Trey Lance won't have to throw more than 15 passes. Even if he does throw 15 passes, how much of them he will connect? He said Mooney over Debo. He wants you off the live right now. Same thing with Juice. Juice says, well, hold on. He's definitely top 10. He's at number 10. And then he goes on to say, I see you guys your top 10 receivers right now.
Listen, I'm
not putting Debo in top 10. No.
Listen, I'm pretty sure you guys are excluding Michael Thomas from your top 10, and that's disrespectful to.
No, I'm not even putting Michael Thomas as my top 10, John.
Well, after this year, you're gonna put him top 10 because that man is getting mad disrespect.
And you might be right on that, but I'm not putting Debo top 10. I'm not putting Debo top 10.
Oh no, I'm not putting Debo top 10. I'm just saying those
Justin
people that
Jefferson.
have Debo top 10 don't have Michael Thomas in the top 10, and that's disrespectful. That's all I'm saying.
In no order whatsoever. I'm just ranking the top. I think for what I think are the best 10 receivers: Cooper Kupp,
Brandon Marshall, Alshon Jeffrey.
No. Might as well.
Matt Forte. Martellus Bennett.
Martellus Bennett was a dog, bro.
Put Knox before his injury.
Oh my God, hey, he was though. Johnny Knox was before the injury. As soon as he went down, that season was over. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, true. He said for Michael Thomas is what have you done for me lately? He has to see Michael Thomas get his groove back. Andre said the blasphemy I'm hearing right now, shaking my head. That's why we have him, man.
Come on, let's give our top 10. I'll give you my top 10.
I want to hear. We'll save John for last. We want to hear what you guys have, Jose. You said no particular order.
No particular order, okay? No particular order. Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp. All right, I got to think. Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Keenan Allen, I still put DeAndre Hopkins, when healthy, over Deebo Samuel. Let's not forget that man. Respect that.
Absolutely.
Stephon Diggs, I put over Deebo Samuel. Okay. Let's not forget about him either. Okay, he out there. I said Devontae Adams. I said, I'm missing two. I was literally just playing this in my head earlier too. I was just talking about it.
Even with no quarterback, would you put DK Metcalf up there?
No, hell no.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely not.
Really?
Okay, put Metcalf on the 49ers in place of Debo. He puts up better stats than Debo does.
I can see that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even with no quarterback, would you still put DK Metcalf in the top 10?
I can see that.
Yes or no?
He's not in my top 10, Eric.
Okay, yeah, that's where your list starts going down. But okay, let me see what you got.
What do you mean? What do you mean? That's what I have 3 more to go. I'm trying to.
Sorry. Yes.
I have 3 more to go. And, why am I blanking on their names right now?
Did you say Jamar Chase?
Thank you, John. Oh my God, Jamar Chase definitely one of them. Thank you. Paulina's also in the comments. Chase, yes, Chase is definitely one of them.
Mike Evans?
No, Mike Evans wasn't on my list. Hold on.
That's foul.
I bet you put Adam Thielen up there before.
Ooh.
People say no, but
come
on, man. All right, look,
you
struggling. I know you're struggling, Johnny. I know for a fact you probably had the top 10 list up there ready for that, and I bet you one of them we're gonna look at you kind of differently. But I want to hear it, man.
No, you're looking at me differently for not having Debo. But
Mike Evans was on my list. He was on my list. I remember that. Mike Evans was on my list. That was number 9.
I agree.
He was on my
list. In no order: Mike Evans, Michael Thomas, DeAndre Hopkins, Keenan Allen, Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp. Did I say Keenan Allen?
Yeah, you did.
Jamar Chase, I gave you that one. Diggs is on there. I'd have to say, now that he got moved, AJ Brown, I'll take over Debo. And then this is gonna be the one you look at me funny. I'm taking. Oh no, wait. What's his name? Lamb from the Cowgirls. Definitely number 10.
Really, CeeDee
Lamb, Tyreek Hill. Give me him over. I would even, and the one I was gonna say that y'all gonna look at me funny is
I wouldn't take CeeDee Lamb over Debo.
I definitely take CeeDee Lamb over Debo, but give me because he has a new quarterback, Michael Pittman over Debo.
Okay.
I want to see
got Matty Ice. He got Matty Ice, boy. Matty Ice got a little left in the tank. Listen, hey, speaking of new quarterbacks, go ahead and give me both the Broncos receivers over Debo.
Who is it? Sutton and
Cortland.
No, I think it's Cortland Sutton, isn't it? Cortland Sutton
and Judy.
And Judy.
And Metcalf too. Come on, that's like 14 people over Debo. Let's go.
Why do I feel like we're forgetting somebody though?
And Mooney. You know what? Give me Darnell Mooney.
I feel like I'm forgetting somebody though. I feel foul.
You know what you're forgetting, Jose? I know I'm gonna say this right now. Brandon Cooks.
No. I'm serious. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody though. And it's not Cooks.
Just the Schuster.
No.
The dude from the dude that's not gonna get any tick from the Steelers up till like week 3. What's his name? Deontay Johnson.
No.
Adam Thielen.
No. I'll tell you right now. Go on, continue with the show. I'll figure it out.
I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on, right? But apparently, Deebo Samuel's not in the wide receiver top 10 class compared to these two guys right here. I want to know what you guys think. Apparently, Juice said he is a top 10. Juice, same thing. No special order unless if you want to. Who's in your top 10 in this list? And same goes CP, Paulina, everybody else in the comment section. Who are the top 10 right now wide receivers? Oh, look, CP already got it. He has Cooper Kupp, Jefferson, Adams, Allen, Hopkins, Chase, Hill, Evans, Debo, and AJ Brown. He said, "Pure comedy. The Debo disrespect is wild AF." So you guys, apparently Pittman's up there. Even. So I mean, that's on you guys.
Oh, okay. See, real quick, you guys that believe in Debo, does he have a fall off now that he has a new quarterback?
You know my answer to that one.
I know you, Eric.
He's a great player.
And by fall off, I mean less than what he produced last year.
That's a given.
because if it was like I said to me when the schedule first came out, who's the quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers? If it was Jimmy G, I would give the Bears no shot. 0-2 right off the bat, right? But I don't trust Trey Lance. What I've seen in love for, like, you can easily see who can play quarterback in this league right off the bat. And Trey Lance is not that guy. I've been telling you guys since the schedule first came out. And I'm telling you guys that it doesn't matter that he has all these weapons. Yeah, he could probably put them in tight spots, and then they're going to do their thing because they're that amazing in their positions, and they're there for a reason, and they're highly scouted, touted, and even drafted in fantasy football league, if you guys want to put it. But at the end of the day, Trey Lance to me doesn't do anything. I see CP says Jimmy G doesn't scare me at all. Jimmy G did take this 49ers team to a Super Bowl. So if you guys want to talk about disrespect,
and had the lead against the Chiefs in that Super Bowl until the last quarter.
Exactly. So if you want to talk about disrespect, I said it last year. You guys made fun of me. Jimmy G is that quarterback. He may not be nothing special. He may not be that great be all end all guy. He's not.
But he's handsome and got good commercials in Subway.
Exactly. But he will give you that opportunity to get you there when he can. He's been to NFC titles game. He's been to Super Bowls. The fact that just because he's not all that, he doesn't do everything else like he's supposed to do, like all these NFL quarterbacks. The man's been there, done that, and will continue to do that. And the fact that he's backing up this guy is very disrespectful. I love the contract that he has. No trade clause, no nothing. 1 year, highest paid backup. Do all this, that, and a third, all above that.
Listen. Look what CP's saying, and he's absolutely right. I'm sorry to cut you off. Yes, Jimmy G is a game manager. I agree, but his team that is built around for him to just manage the game, and it works. The Bears don't have that. The Bears don't have a game. Listen, if Jimmy G were starting, I don't care. You could name every Bears quarterback we've had in the last 4 years.
I would take Jimmy G over everybody.
I would still take Jimmy G winning. The 49ers would still beat the Bears.
100%. I
agree. 100%. He does. The team is built. Like I said, the team is built for him to game manage, and that's fine. It works for the 49ers. It works. Yeah. They're competing in the division every single year.
Right, and not only in the division, in the whole entire conference, man.
And look, Eric, I'm hopping on with you, but I wouldn't say Trey Lance is a game manager.
I don't even think all. Hell no.
Well, see, the thing is,
yes, absolutely.
The thing
absolutely. Give me Cutler over Jimmy G.
The thing is, the Niners don't need him to be a game manager. They know that with Jimmy G, they're always going to be second best. They need a quarterback that's going to be dynamic. They need a quarterback.
Trey Lance.
I know.
Oh, we know it.
We know it's not Trey Lance, but that's the only reason why the 49ers got him in the first place, because they know he's not a game manager. They need a quarterback that's supposed to be dynamic, that's like a Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson type quarterback, minus the inappropriate stuff outside of, but they need that type of quarterback on the field, and they thought it was Trey Lance, but it's not.
It's not. Look, I agree with CP. Give me Cutler over Jimmy. That's why I said the last 4 years. The Bears give me Jay Cutler on this Bears team, and we beat the 49ers.
No way.
We're foul. You're capping.
No way.
You're capping. The disrespect to Jay Cutler. By the way,
that's true.
Jay Cutler couldn't do it with. Jay couldn't do it with more.
Our defense was shit, giving up 50 points a game.
This defense might be worse.
All right, so here we go.
Come on, you were saying that 30 minutes ago.
Here we go. He has Chase, Jamar Chase Claypool, a healthy Julio, Tyreek Hill, Darnell Mooney, Tyler Lockett, Devontae Adams, CD, Diggs, and Evans.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, that's tough.
I love that he had Mooney, healthy Julio. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if Tom Brady resurrects Julio's career at all.
Julio Jones is going to be the Antonio Brown for last year. Whenever they needed Antonio Brown to score touchdowns, he was there.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
Julio Jones.
I agree.
I love this, but let me go here first. CP says 49ers need to take that next step. Thinking it was like Jimmy G has gotten them close. They tired of coming close. They had the perfect timing, perfect team with a game manager at QB. So I think he's wrong with you. Need a change of the helm. And then he goes, he says that top 10. Wow, that is not even 10.
I swear to God, I was thinking the same thing.
And yeah, I don't think I don't even think he put Debo Samuel, did he?
No,
No,
he
put
didn't.
Debo.
But listen, the 49ers peaked when they went to the Super Bowl. They're not going to go back. They peaked when they went to the Super Bowl.
No, I don't even think they're going to make the playoffs either.
No, absolutely not. Especially in that division. Hell no.
No, not in that division. No, definitely not. Hey, you guys are listening to the JCA and watching the JCA Sports Podcast here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. We were just having a great conversation, and we get that every week here on the JCA Sports Podcast. You can also follow us on all our social media platforms, like I said, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, Instagram, and also TikTok, as well as we're just getting preview. Like, we got off base here, and I love it sometimes, because it just goes one way or another. We just went. So we trying to see if the preseason changes your mind on the Bears record. They both said yes. They're still not with me above 500, but I'll take a win when I get it. All right. But John, the next question for you is, and I think this is kind of a simple one. How many wins do the Bears have to prove that it was all Nagy's fault that we were bad?
Oh, no. Listen. If y'all want to blame Nagy, I mean Nagy's to blame, obviously. But to prove it, you got to have 10 wins and make the playoffs.
Ooh.
No way. What are you?
You cannot be below
You're on
500
crack, bro.
and not make the playoffs.
Okay, what was Matt Nagy's record last season? Because
He was 500.
he was 8-8.
Was he? No, actually, technically, no. He had to be above or below 500 because last year there was no. You couldn't have a 500 record.
It was
Unless
17
you had
games,
tie
wasn't it?
somewhere in between.
Hold on, I'll pull it up now. Sorry.
Were they 7-9 then?
Something about that sounds about right, Jose. I think you're right.
They were. Oh shit, we were 6-11 last year.
6-11.
Okay.
All right.
So here's the thing, right?
6-11.
I think we can all say 2018 was an anomaly year because of the defense. Because of the defense, that's it.
Fuck Cody
Right.
Parkey.
Because everything
And his
happened. Because Matt Nagy and that coaching staff revealed itself the years after. Okay, you are what your record says you were, and the year after and the year after that, they showed us who they really were. Although I seen it 2 years ago when they made the playoffs and lost to the Saints, I said it. This team is what it is. But y'all didn't want to believe me, right? That is who they are.
Listen,
in order.
what did we tell you?
Go ahead.
We told you just make the playoffs and anything can happen.
Not with that team. Not with that team.
Bro, that drop by
You say that about this team, and I'll believe it.
The drop ball by Williams just took the air out of it. Took everything.
My God.
All
Plus,
the
he had a
money
big
gone.
game, though.
It was Drew Brees. It was Drew Brees'
Yeah.
New Orleans Saints. They weren't going to win that game. Okay, and if they were, and if for some miracle they did win that game, they would have got blown out the next game. So I don't want to hear that.
That's fine. Okay. We get blown.
All right, so how many wins, Jose?
To prove that they were wrong,
Yeah.
I'm going to go
To prove that it was Nagy's fault.
that it was Nagy's fault.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 9-10 wins.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna agree with that.
Love my answer. You
I'm
ready?
going to agree with Ron.
Y'all ready for this one? The amount of games that the Bears have to win in order to prove that it was Nagy's fault is 0. They just have to score more than 20 points, and then it's already better than Nagy.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that one.
That's it. It's as simple as that. Because Nagy always failed to score more. I think the highest total was what, 16 when he was here in 4 years? 17? The most, I think it was at 18 years, something like that.
My offensive points.
That was the highest scoring offensive points that Matt Nagy, the offensive guru, brought to the Chicago Bears within the last 4 years. And it was just scattered throughout the whole entire place. The Bears have to win 0 games. The Bears just have to score more than 20 points in order for them to be better than Matt Nagy's offensive team within the last 4 years.
That's a
They
good
don't have
point.
to win any type of games.
You guys
You
know
know-
what's crazy? Is that Mitch is gonna have more wins than Justin Fields this year.
Hell no. He's not even going to last to week 2. I call it week 2. Week 2
Well,
will be the last
technically-
of Mitchell Trubisky.
Technically speaking, if he's the backup QB and on the Steelers, he still has more wins.
As a win as a starter or as,
Win as a
or
starter.
just,
Win as a
just
starter.
being on the team, just to go along with the ride like he did last year with the Bills.
Win as a starter, man.
He's not going to see the field after week 3.
And it's gonna be because of the team he has built around him.
I agree with Eric. I think sometime this year he's going to lose that job because Pickett's been looking really good in the preseason. He's been looking really good. So
back to the big creation. Facebook comments that we got here. Like I said, CP said he'll always blame Nagy for the Bears' struggle.
speaking of big creation, there.
There you go. Thanks for those T-shirts that Jose is wearing. Thank you very much for them, guys. And make sure you also follow them on Facebook. Big Creation. They have stores in Munster and also Lansing. So if you guys are running around the corner, you guys need T-shirts for any type of event, you always go to Big Creation. Tell them that the JCA Sports Podcast sent.
Do you still have the T-shirts we were supposed to give out at 100?
Yeah, actually they're in the garage.
Oh my god!
We thought that I thought CP was going to show up to the fantasy football.
Didn't half of them show up yesterday? Then we still didn't give them out.
We still didn't even give them for real. That's right.
No, so Eric had him. He's like, we'll give him out, and then like 5 minutes later, he left. And
Yeah, I
off
had
for
to
like
because
3
I had to
hours.
drop off souls. 2018 was all about the defense. Mitch threw like 5-6 touchdowns one game, didn't he? Yeah, but it was against the
The Bucks.
Buccaneers.
Against the Bucks.
Yeah, they were bad at that time.
Man, let me get a shirt.
Horse crap. He said CP said he called it. I said the Bears shouldn't have beat the Vikings and let the Eagles win. Philly was hot. Chicago had beaten Minnesota 3 times that year. Might as well let them in. He also said I think Mitch last 4 to 5 weeks kind of looks real good, to be honest. And also why they hating on your boy Mitch looking good yesterday too.
Hell yeah, he did his thing yesterday.
You know what it is? And you really want to know what it is? When I see a quarterback that can't play, I see a quarterback that can't play. And Mitch is a guy that can't play the quarterback position. And I said it for a while. I've been saying it for a very long time.
Yeah, I don't feel like fueling this debate. Next subject, please.
I'm just saying, man.
I'm just saying, man. You know, someone's gonna be 1-0, and it's not gonna be Fields. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
It's gonna be Fields. Fields is gonna be.
So,
gonna be 1-0.
Someone's gonna be 0-2, and it's not gonna be Mitch. That's all I'm saying.
Who gets their first win, guys? Who gets their first win? Justin Fields or Mitchell Trubisky?
Justin Fields.
John says Mitch.
It's absolutely Mitch.
I forgot the schedule already. I'm gonna look it up right now. You guys go ahead and converse.
For who, the Bears?
For
For the Bears?
No, the Steelers.
It's the Bengals, week 1.
Lost.
Upset, and then I forget week 2. I got the Pets for week 1 upset. If not, they're gonna win week 2. The Bears are definitely going 0-2.
Hell no. The Steelers are gonna go 0. They're gonna go 0-2.
No, he said
They're going 0-2.
they're not
Who
gonna
gets the
lose
first
against
win? You heard it here. Who gets the first win between the two?
Justin Fields, bro. He's gonna get it week 1. I'm telling you that right now. I'm looking at it right now.
I really hope. You know what? Everybody that follows us, if y'all bet, please post us your bet for week 1 of the Bears. I don't care if you go with the 49ers. Just please share with us. We'll make a post about it. 3 of us. We'll place a bet. Bears money line or 49ers money line. We want you guys to join in so we can see. We can get a cap of it. Listen, like I said, I'm taking 49ers, Bears to cover 7. Y'all heard it
Bears
here
on
first.
the money line, y'all. That's how you get your money. Bears on the money line.
That money's like a plus 190 last time I checked.
Next question, Eric.
All right, we're kind of running short on time, so let me just cut this out real quick. Real quick fire questions. Who becomes this team's offensive MVP this year? Jose.
Easy. Justin Fields. Everything rides on Justin Fields. The running game won't work if he's not having success in the passing game. Cole Kmet's not gonna have a good year. Moni's not gonna have a good year unless Justin Fields is having a good year. To me, Justin Fields has to be the MVP of this team. He has to show everybody why he was worth drafting early, worth trading up for, why he should have been the best or he should be the best quarterback coming out that year. I think it's Justin Fields, Eric.
John, what about you?
Jose makes some very good points. I do love me some Fields. I hope he does that. I just feel like these bigger, proven playoff teams are going to adjust to Fields' game. So I'm going to go with David Montgomery.
Oh, love it. I like that one. That's a very good one.
I see him going for about 1,300 yards. Definitely earn that contract extension. Lock him up, man. But I feel like that's going to be the heart and soul of our offense is going to be David Montgomery.
CP agrees with Jose. Fields without a question. I think he rushes for 8 to 1,000 yards and passes for 3,000 at least.
Damn.
That's
God
like
damn.
Lamar Jackson money.
My thing is when they adjust to Fields or when Fields don't got it going, you're gonna have to go with the run game. That's gonna happen.
All right,
And then Fields having the threat of being able to run can also help Montgomery, complement Montgomery.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just gonna go different here. I think Cole Kmet will probably be the best tight end for the at least top 5 tight end this year for sure.
I like that.
For this one real quick. All right, guys, real quick defensively because Roquan Smith needs to prove that he deserves the money that he wants. John.
Absolutely. The fact that listen, I think if he had an agent, he never fired his agent, he would have got paid. The fact that how he just went about things, like, I mean, I'm not trying to take money from the guy, whatever, you're a professional. I just feel like, bro, like you know, although he deserves a Pro Bowl, you haven't made a Pro Bowl. So the Bears can use that against them. It's just, the way he's acting, he wants to be paid like he's top guy in this league. Like, all right, you got to prove it now. As much of the drama you cause, you definitely got to prove why you deserve the money you want. And I wouldn't be surprised if, he doesn't get what he wants and the Bears don't re-sign him. This reminds me of like Le'Veon Bell with the Steelers, where he was holding out, and then he ends up signing for a contract less than what he wanted and less than what he got offered.
Jose, what about you?
No, it has to be Roquan. Obviously, we can't forget about Robert Quinn and everything he's done last season. He was an integral part with probably the best defensive player we had. We can't forget about him.
The sex record.
Right, we can't forget about him. But I think it has to be Roquan based off everything that happened this off season. He has a lot to prove. Just do it. He really doesn't have a lot to prove, but apparently he does, basically, in a nutshell. He doesn't have to prove anything because he's already proved it, but to this regime, he has to prove it. So I think he has a chip on his shoulder for sure, and he's going to come out angry.
I hope so. It'll help the Bears if he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, CP said, watch out for those Bears cornerbacks, too. They look real nice. They look nice. They look nice. All right, we do have one more question, but I think this question could wait a little longer. But I know John wants to promote something. Ain't that right, John? Aren't we promoting something going on this year?
Yes, sir. It's about that time. We're running back the conference pool again. For those that don't know how it works, pretty much it's a weekly buy-in. First place gets the money. Second place gets the money back. The way it works is you just got to pick a winner. Pick one number. 1 through 16, 16 being the most confident that team will win, 1 being the least confident. If the team you pick wins, the number you put next to them, that gets added to your total points. At the end of the Monday night game, whoever has the most points wins the pot. Pretty simple. If y'all are still confused, you could hit us up, but we are signing up. I want to close it out by next Monday. So I'll be making a post. I'll be sharing. The guys will be sharing it. But, yes, we're doing a JCA conference pool. If anybody's down, $10 a week. Hit me up.
Tony Football is definitely in. For those who don't know, out of the entire year, I had the most points, most picked right games. I only won twice, but
yeah, you only won twice. Blah, blah,
blah. Still number one throughout the whole year out of 20-something people. Tony Football's in, John.
Hey, bro. You can tell our fans the truth. Paulina gave you your picks. It's okay.
No. But. I officially have a good year for sure this year.
Yeah. We're going to run it back.
Let's do it. Yes, the JCA Sports Podcast. Not only we do fantasy football, but we also do a little gambling on the side too as well. For everybody. As we do it for all of it. Guys, make sure you follow the JCA Sports Podcast on all our social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, where you can find all our shows. Just hit the little bell on any of those social media platforms so you can watch all our shows, comment, like, and share, or even retweet since it's Twitter. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram and also on TikTok too as well. As we'll be posting up a lot of stuff. My boy Jay, what up, homie? He's in.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
We got money. Sir. We got some monies coming in. So yeah,
all right, Jay.
We'll
hit you up on message.
Send you guys out the emails, or send us your emails.
Yeah, email.
That's how we're gonna do it. Other than that, guys, anything else? Anything you want to say before we go?
Nah, that trophy's mine, John.
All right, boy.
Yeah, I still got to get mine too as well, so I could be
Yeah.
put right here, right next to me somewhere somehow for winning the JCA one too as well. So just waiting
Facts.
for that. One last thing for me, guys. Arsenal is on top of the league for 4 for 4. 4 for 4. Hell yeah. Game's gonna be during.
Wait, Eric, real quick before you go, the Mexico jerseys, boy.
Woo! Dude, the Mexico jerseys are beautiful this year. It's about
Whoa.
time they finally go back to simpler and better things. And I swear to you that the green and the white ones are probably the best ones so far within the last.
Listen. This is gonna be the first time in a long time that I buy both home and away jerseys.
I am with you on that. This is the first time I buy something Adidas from Mexico.
Facts. I might just buy Adidas shoes to match because I'm
Same.
over here.
Fucking same, bro. I'm excited. It just
this
sucks that we're only
goes
gonna
in the
watch
outro.
2-1 and then one away game. We're only gonna watch them for the group stages, bro.
No, hey, respectfully though, and I did put this out there. The jerseys look nicer than the team does.
Ooh, you ain't lying, bro. You're not lying, and I've been saying it for a while now. They got there because they got there. But look,
this is the worst Mexico team we've had.
They are nice though. They are
100%.
nice. They are definitely nice jerseys.
Those jerseys are clean. Hey, Adidas snapped overall on their jerseys.
Yeah, they did. They did a good
The
job.
Argentina,
The Puma? You see the Puma jerseys?
the Puma ones are decent as fuck.
They're ugly as.
They're
ugly.
decent. They're
They
decent.
Ugly. Puma everything. Puma does everything. Puma does everything ugly. I was disappointed when Arsenal went to that after Nike. Like that's like the worst thing you could do. Went from Nike to Puma. But that's a whole nother conversation for a whole
Hold on,
other
conversation.
podcast.
Mexico jerseys, fire. Home and away.
Hell yeah. I'm
do
even
gotta
getting the
lean
matching
more.
shorts to go along with it too.
Oh yeah, the socks and everything.
Socks and everything. I'm going all authentic. Here we go. But that's the JCA Sports Podcast here for you guys. Thank you guys for listening and watching.
USA.
Again, make sure you guys follow us on all our social media platforms. We'll be back on Wednesday. Again, talk about more sports, college sports, baseball, football, soccer, everything that you guys want to talk about. We will be right here on Wednesday and on our social media platform. And as always, okay! Hit that outro. See you guys on Wednesday.
What a finish! Wow, that is unfreaking believable. What a way for a ball game to end.
Oh, that's what happened. Oh, that's terrible. My God. The humanity.
They may be the drunkest couple in the history of sporting events.
I loved his face.
I would suspect that fan is done for the night. Here's the thing. When you steal something, don't wear it.